tonight, in just a few minutes, I'm actually gonna be headed out to go see Glass Onion, which is the much anticipated sequel to Knives Out. Glass Onion is released in theaters for just 1 week, starting today, November 23rd. But if you wanna watch it, you won't have to wait long, because on December 23rd, it releases on Netflix. So I actually have a love-hate relationship with Rian Johnson, the director and writer of Knives Out, and its follow-up Glass Onion, because he also ruined Star Wars. For not just me, I think for a lot of people. And of course, I'm referring to the tragedy that was The Last Jedi. I have so many issues with that. That could actually end up being its own video. I was definitely on the side that hated that film as a Star Wars film. As a movie, you know, it wasn't terrible, but it just didn't fit in the Star Wars saga, especially in the second trilogy that J.J. Abrams was making. But being such a Star Wars fan, I don't know if I'll ever truly forgive Rian Johnson. Knives Out was definitely a step in repairing that relationship between he and I, because I absolutely loved it so much. It is a whodunit mystery original, and I am going to highlight and emphasize original because it truly was a unique telling of a whodunit mystery clue style movie. I think one of my favorite parts of Knives Out is how they actually reveal in pretty much like the first act, beginning of the second act, a huge piece of the mystery that we're trying to solve. So it's like, wait, I think I already know what happened, but then they still get you with more and more mystery. You're almost trying to figure out what is it that I'm trying to figure out, and the mystery unfolds as the story is being told. And so that's pretty creative. And the cast is star-studded. I could list all the people, you could just look them up. Since Daniel Craig is the only one that will be in the follow-up, I'll save him for last. But Ana de Armas is basically the lead of this film, and she is so stellar because she has a character that, you know, throws up whenever she lies. In so many ways, she's unassuming and a little bit timid, yet as the story unravels, we see her strength. And those are the types of characters that I really love to see. While the rest of this huge cast really does a great job, I gotta highlight Chris Evans, you know, Captain America, because he brings such a different energy here to the leadership, likable, always does the right thing Captain America, because in this film, he's basically kind of a jerk. Yet somehow he still is charming. Even as he's cursing out an entire room of his family members, you still kind of pull for him. You still kind of like him, you're drawn to him. He just has that factor, and it carries over here. But it was that energy that, you know, really haven't seen since like a Scott Pilgrim or Human Torch, a little spunky. But after like a decade of Captain America, it was fun just to see him return to a role like this. And side note, if you want to see Chris Evans go even darker, you can check out The Gray Man, also on Netflix. Because in that film, he goes full Tool, like no more likable qualities. And regardless of what you think of the film, it's pretty impressive to see that range. Now, like I said, I gotta come back to Daniel Craig because he opens up with this thick Southern drawl, and I can't duplicate it, so I'm not gonna try. It's just such a huge departure from the suave 007 British accent that we know. And it is absolutely over the top, but it's done in an intentional way. And if you add that with the other little mannerisms and the style of some of the shots that he's in, it actually kind of works for him somehow. And just hanging on his every word as he unravels the mystery before us. Another thing that Knives Out does really well is it has several side stories between all of the different family members, but none of them are underdeveloped to the point where you feel unsatisfied as far as their conclusions, and yet none of them pull your focus away from the main story. So it's a situation where you get to see all these side stories, you get to see some of the great acting from like a Don Johnson, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, and some of the other folks that are there. You get to actually enjoy them as well, even though basically everyone in that family leaves a lot to be desired, leaves a lot to be liked. Almost a Succession style family, but that doesn't make these little side stories fun in their own way. So in conclusion, Rian Johnson, I almost forgive you. But if you can hit another slam dunk with Glass Onion, I think I could love you once again. And of course, I will let you all know exactly how I feel about Glass Onion after I watch that tonight. And if you don't catch it this week in theaters, you can catch it on Netflix, releasing December 23rd. Thank you so much for watching. I'm having so much fun doing these movie reviews. I have a lot more coming. I hope you're also enjoying them. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please comment below. Let me know what you thought of Knives Out. If you see Glass Onion, let me know what other movies you want to see me review. Thanks again so much for watching, sending you all my love and wishing everyone a happy holiday.